Okay, I'm back. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I had to go in at work at 11, or I didn't have to, but I volunteered as tribute. So I got like 3 hours. Of work in because I was like, okay, I need hours. So anyways, I went in, and then yeah, I was told, oh, you only get we just need you 11 to 1. I was like, cool, sounds good. So I get there, and then I go ahead and start they have me start doing I forget what it's called, but it's basically the oven. It's basically where I take the food out and I put it on this cardboard or into the box, and then I cut it. So I went ahead and did that. And then after that, what was it? Yeah, and then after that, they're like, oh yeah, you're all right, you can make this run, cool. And then I looked at the time, it's after 1. I was like, okay, maybe they need me to go, and they just don't realize the time. So yeah, I was like, okay. Because I working management, you sometimes are like, okay, I have to stay within time, in order to not go over payroll. Well, anyways, I went ahead and took care of it. I did the round, and then I unscrewed my thing in order to hold on to the phone. And I asked the manager, all right, anything else that you need me to do? And she looked down at my hand that basically I have the thing to hold my phone. And she's like, well, just make this one more run and then you'll be done. I was like, okay, cool. And so I did the run, and it was at a daycare, and it's basically it was at a daycare. I need to actually start giving less info. It was at a place, and I dropped it off at the front desk, dropped it off, and then after that, I didn't know where I was going. It was a lot. Anyways, but I went ahead and I was like, okay. So then I came back, and then I was like, anything else? Because, I'm not aware. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not too familiar with everything, how everything runs. And then she's like, no, you're good. I was like, okay, cool. And then I explained to one of the other drivers, and then I also explained to the manager, yeah, so I'm not used to this. Some places, they're like, okay, you have to be off by this time. And it's, again, because of payroll, they're like, okay, we don't have the money for it. And then other places are like, okay, what was it? So payroll, and then other places are like, oh yeah, you can stay as long as you need to, or as long as you want. I've had some employee, sometimes it just depends, honestly. Sometimes they're like, you're getting home early, we only need you to stay from this time to this time. So I was like, okay, cool. So it ended up being busy, so, which was kind of nice, and then that way it gave me something to do. So yeah. And then also, so whenever I first got there, I was what was it? One person took an order out, another person took an order out, and then at one point I was told, okay, you can take this order out. I was like, cool. So I got it all ready, and then got it all ready. They told me I could take it out. I was cool. And I looked up at the screen. I was like, I don't see it. Where's this order? I don't see it at all. It's gone. And then the driver, one of the other employees, came up to me and was like, oh, yeah. And they basically pressed it to go out. And it's like, oh, okay. Never mind. So, it was crazy busy. Where it's like, yeah, it was back and forth, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. They're like needing certain things, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know where that's at. You want me to answer the phone? What else do I say? Like, well, there was one lady, she came up front and she's like, I need to place an order. I'm like, I am new, don't know how to place orders. Like, I really don't. Like, I've seen someone do it one time, kind of. You hear that, right? Air conditioner. But yeah, I like, or take that back, they went ahead and like said the order, but I didn't actually see the screen, so I'm just like, I have no idea. And so yeah, I'm like, I don't know. And then I completely and utterly forgot a book, and I'm like, you know what, from now on I need to just go ahead, had a sheet of paper listing, and I think I mentioned that before. I have mentioned that before, where it's basically like everything that I need in order to like take with me whenever I'm working. And so that way I'm not like, hey, I don't know what that way I don't forget everything. But yeah, so otherwise I'm just like standing around like, what else do I do? So yeah, I would have to say it's a little bit, well, Susie, I'm not sure how much busier or slower than other locations, but yeah, it was this is from my point of view as a driver, so yeah. Yeah. Also, I delivered food at it was a business, I'll just, be super vague. I delivered food at one business, and like, there were I was taken to the parking lot. I was like, okay, cool, I'll go ahead and deliver here. And then I went to one location, and then to another location, and I'm like, where in the world is this place? Like, I don't see it at all. Like, where's the front entrance? And it's like, you have to check in at the front entrance. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Finally, I went to this one door and I knocked because I saw somebody else like standing there, and I was like, yeah, where's the front entrance? They're like, oh yeah, so you have to do like XYZ. And they told me what I needed to do. And I was like, cool, thank you so much. So yeah, I went ahead and like got into my car and drove around, and finally got to the front entrance, and I'm like, finally, yes. It took me like 10 minutes just to get up there, and I'm just like, no. So yeah, it was a lot. Oh, a dog is going up to a truck. I want to pet the dog. The dog is like a golden retriever, and it's like, I know this truck. Either that or just likes trucks. I'm really hoping it's because the dog is familiar with the owner, or like, yeah, it's because the truck is backing in and the dog is like went over to the driver's side, and it's like, oh, I know you. So yeah, that's kind of sweet. I think it's awesome, especially when pets recognize. There's like candy cane balloons outside of the church. But yeah, I think it's kind of awesome, especially when like, red light. Yeah, I think it's kind of awesome, especially when like animals recognize humans, like, you're here. So yeah, and like goes up to them. And then aside from that, what else was there? So yeah, I think that was pretty cool. And then there is also, there's this other part. Ooh, free dryer with use of washers. Okay. Wonder how that works. Aside from that, like, currently headed out to libraries. Oh, fence is like, it looks as though somebody crashed into the fence. It's like bent. So yeah. What else is there? What else is new? I think that's about it that I can think of. Yeah. Let me know. I guess let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and I'll respond definitely today. I did check probably about maybe 30 minutes ago or so. So it was probably about 2:20 that I checked. So yeah. Hope that you're doing well. Let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about. I believe in you, by the way. I have faith that basically you'll do a great job with the decorations and everything. And yeah, I think it'll look amazing with the decorations that you'll put up. And then I know financially it's not exactly easy, but I'm cheering you on, basically. So yeah, and I do hope the installation of the swimming pool goes well. So yeah. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want to talk about, and I'll respond as soon as I can. Bye. I love you.